morning, good afternoon and good night, Zimbabwe. We are here at the biggest real estate conference in the nation at the moment. We have so many developers, the biggest minds in the property game are over here. And I'm here with the living legend himself, Mr. Mhende, the managing director of Shelter Zimbabwe and Shelter Incorporated. So, Mr. Mhende, this event has been spectacular. And we're just coming out from your symposium and your extraordinary panel. We'd like to know, what are some of the most brilliant insights that you've learned of throughout this event?
Thank you. Thank you, and greetings to your audience. The biggest takeaway is that it provides a platform for passing the baton. I was most encouraged by the attendance. It is predominantly young people. I was one of no more than 3 or 4 geriatrics in the crowd, out of a group of about 120 people, which is very encouraging. So obviously, we are sharing ideas with them and passing our experience to them so that they can, build from where we leave off as we depart. But I'm also excited. There were a lot of ideas that were shared, on how we can build the sector. Clearly, there are a number of things that need to be stacked up. The real estate industry has many things that make up the real estate industry. The start is the land. Where is the land? Is it correctly zoned? If it's correctly zoned, then comes the town planning. Have you done the town planning, the sketching, and getting the development approval? Then comes the development work, which starts with civil works, going on to architecture, which is building the actual structure, extending on to finishing and finishing the house, and then occupation, and obviously in the process funding. All these things have been discussed. We've also discussed the issue of the master plans that we saw roll out across the country. In the last 6 months, and I'm hoping that those will be followed with local development plans. And local development plans is basically bringing down the master plan to the local level so that it speaks to what is on the ground. Now, on the ground, we will find that there is a need for roads, there is a need for sewer, there is a need for water, there is a need for electricity, there is a need for security, there is a need for transport, and the list goes on. And all those need to be part of the local development plan. My half a penny contribution to that is that local authorities and government must not feel like they're on their own. They must incorporate the business community and society in general, because the business community, society, and government constitute, and the local authorities constitute the environment in which we operate. Therefore, this is a collective responsibility.
Undeniably, it is a collective responsibility for all of us to contribute to the future of Zimbabwe's property development. We have to come together as people, supportively, collaboratively, and constructively to build our beautiful nation of Zimbabwe. So, what would you say is now your advice towards the young individuals? You said you are one of the geriatrics. You're not a geriatric at all. But what would you say is now the step forward regarding your secret special sauce of how you stayed in the game of property for so long? How have you done it for all these 40 plus years?
Well, for me, the takeaway is the young generation must acknowledge that real estate is your investment platform. You can put your money there, your money is safe. No matter what happens to the economy, your money is indestructible because it is in real estate. So that is a key takeaway. The next takeaway is that the young generation must accept to start small. The Chinese say that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So little by little, let's go into it. And I also believe that one of the things that we need to introduce and encourage is community effort, starting from community ideas to community funding, which means we do it collectively. Almost like we have done it with the cooperatives from before. But, cooperatives has become a dirty word. If it is a community effort, it is people that know each other, that trust each other, that work together. And of course, not least, we were encouraged to recognize and get all developers to join the Developers Trust, because the Developers Trust has got peer review, and the Developers Trust has got a compensation fund, and the Developers Trust is made up of most of the the gurus that we see here. West Properties is here, Zimbabwe Cyber is here, Homelax is here, Shelter Zimbabwe is here, Oxford is here. Those are some of our key developers that have formed the Developers Trust, which is a legal instrument that is going to do whatever it does in a legal form so that people's investments are protected. Because investment in real estate is not small feat.
Thank you so much. Well, that has been Mr. Mhende, the Managing Director of Shelter Zimbabwe. We'll see you next time. Shelter Zimbabwe, we nurture our society. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.